right, the holidays are over. We've moved on to a new year, the gluttony. I think we've all experienced it. Whew, so it's time to think about healthier options. And when I think healthy, of course, we think Sherry Clark from Fork in the Road. But let's face it, we've talked about this a million times, Jason Parkin. When you think steamed vegetables, when you think salads, you know that's things you should be eating. But man, can they get boring fast. Thank you for joining us this morning and giving us some creative ideas of how to stay full, stay healthy into the new year.
I just have to say, this is quite a frock you have on.
Is that what it is? What is that called? I love it.
This is amazing. Look at this, folks. Where do you get something like that?
Well, I confided earlier that I just got home from New Year's Eve, so
she's still partying. I just said the holidays are over and Sherry's still living it up.
I would have come to that party.
This is actually vintage. I wear vintage clothes. I like them in this. So this is probably from the 60s.
Clothes. I just have old clothes, so vintage is good.
Vintage is
I'm going to start calling them vintage.
But something that we've talked about many times is a way to keep vegetables or healthy food from being boring is to make it festive, make it beautiful. And that's what you've done here today for us. These are some gorgeous plates.
Isn't that, and the color is great. Well, listen, I get asked the same questions a lot of times over and over, a little kind of a different riff on the questions, but they boil down to how do I eat healthy? How do I keep it interesting? How do I do it on a budget?
Right.
How do I plan the week? And so I've got some answers here all in one plate.
One plate. Boom.
Cabbageorama.
Cabbageapalooza.
Cabbageapalooza-orama.
So what we've done, what I did, a lot of times for meal planning, people say, well, how do I plan a meal? How do I get ready for the week? So you go with all good intentions to the store on Sunday and you buy a whole bunch of stuff, and by Thursday half of it's bad because you haven't used it and you haven't used it. Doesn't have a plan and whatever. So I'm going to start with something inexpensive and in season, and it's cabbage.
Cabbage.
Healthy,
it's in season, huh?
It's more abundant this time of year. More likely to use it. Yep.
Okay.
So it's also we had talked in the last segment about cancer. It's also anti-cancer. It's a really
I didn't know that either.
Very nutritious, and it's inexpensive. So I decided to build a whole 3 different entrees around that.
Looks amazing.
So if you start, Jackie, on your far right is the Easy Asian salad. And what I wanted to do, the criteria for this was it has to use some common ingredients, and it had to be easy to make, and it had to keep for a long time. Okay. So the Easy Asian salad fits all those criteria. All it is shredded cabbage and carrots. I made a very simple dressing out of garlic. So right now everybody's in, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I was going to say, I was smelling something, so that's probably the garlic.
A little bit of soy sauce, lemon juice, and olive oil. And that's basically it. I garnished it with sesame seeds.
Any specific cabbage that you're using for this?
I used a purple cabbage. You can use a green.
Is it called purple cabbage?
It's called purple cabbage, yeah. Some people call it red, but they're the outliers. It's really good, and it is really easy. So you can use that as a side dish. It would go really well with...
It is good. It is good. Brent, we're going to go to your close-up when you take a bite, but it is excellent. It's excellent.
It's savory. A lot of times when you think cabbage or coleslaw or things like that, you think a little more sweet.
Yeah.
This does have a wonderful,
it's got a nice savory,
yes,
and I like the texture to it. You can eat a whole big pile of it. You can dress it up if you wanted to. Big pile of it. Can you back off? If you could put, if you're a carnivore and you wanted to put a grilled salmon, that's not my preference,
or chicken
would be great on there.
Would be amazing.
Exactly. So that's step 1. That's a little bit more on the savory side. Okay, and the degree of difficulty on this is probably a 2.
Okay.
So moving up to the degree of difficulty of a 3 is the other salad, and it's a higher degree of difficulty because there's more ingredients.
Okay.
So what I've got there is, again, shredded cabbage. I've got shredded beet, because you know I love that, and they're so pretty together. They're just that whole dark, rich, beautiful color. I cut up an apple. I used a delicious apple in this one because I wanted something with a little sweet, and there's blueberries in there.
I love blueberries.
Isn't that great? So this is a great little combination, a different kind of a dressing.
Okay.
But once again, I wanted to use common denominator ingredients because we don't want to buy a lot of things at the store. So there's soy sauce in that dressing as well. Orange juice.
Oh, wow.
And a little bit of oil.
I think my kids would actually eat this.
Are you marinating the cabbage, or you're just putting?
No, I just before I came on, 3 minutes ago, I stuck the dressing on the top.
This is really good.
Yeah.
Did you just use a manual just shredder, or how did you cut it up?
I use a food processor with a shredding blade, but you could use a box grater and just take the head of cabbage. Be careful, because when it gets down to the core, you're going to be close. Your hand's going to be close to the blade.
Right.
But a box grater is inexpensive. You can get them at the dollar store. They stand up and you just shred the cabbage. You can buy shredded cabbage at the store in the bag already.
This works so
So
well
if you want
together,
this
though.
to be really simple, buy the bag, make my dressing, dump it on there, boom, you're done.
And I didn't know all the health benefits of cabbage, but we've talked about the health benefits of beets before.
Yeah, and cabbage is great. And all of these are very high fiber vegetables, so that's another good thing. So it'll help keep the party going.
Love how we're keeping it interesting, but also, if you ate everything on this plate, you would be full.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's a big thing. I don't want to call it
I'm gonna.
dieting because we want to make healthier choices. Excuse me, I'm still chewing. But the big thing for me is I'll eat something healthy and then I'm like, I'm still hungry. But you
Right.
would be full.
And
After eating
you
all
wouldn't be bored if you just picked one. This is actually 3 meal ideas. You could also do it this way. It wasn't that much work, truly. I mean, I brought everything and just assembled it on the set. So the final piece.
Final piece.
And this one is a 0 degree of difficulty because
Right.
I took a cabbage leaf. I have store-bought hummus that I plopped in there, and then some. I just cut up some crudité on the top to
I was
decorate
going
it.
to say, somewhere in here we need protein, and you get it with the
Chickpeas.
Yeah.
The hummus.
Exactly. And
Okay.
and I think you'll find this to be really tasty. You can do it a couple ways. You can eat it like you're doing so
Like a
gracefully.
scoop?
Oh, wait, no, I like her idea. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Or-
roll it like it's a
Let me try
burrito
that
and just
again.
bite into it, or like a little taco.
Okay.
And I brought you a napkin just in case. So, and it's fabulous, and it's got nice texture, contrast.
Yeah, I like it.
The hummus is creamy, and there's the crunch from the cabbage.
People always say, you know, crunch matters. If you can have something that's crunchy, it makes a difference. It makes
Yes.
you feel full. It feels more satisfying when you eat something. And it's true.
It is true. It gives your mouth a workout, and you feel like you've got some.
from the back.
Your mouth doesn't need any more workout.
Yeah.
Not a bad look. This is tasty.
Isn't that great? So, and you can change the condiments. You can do a different hummus. You could switch out a hummus. Instead of doing that, you could do guacamole, just some shredded vegetables. So think of the cabbage leaf as being a substitute for bread. It's a wrap.
That's good. It almost has a kick to it, too.
You could
Did
wear
you
it
put
for-
anything on it?
No.
Reminds me In-N-Out
Oh,
Burger
it's
when
good.
they'd say animal style. You put the thing right down here as your bun. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a hummus
And
cheeseburger.
Super simple. Like, these are things
They're very
Anybody
simple.
can do.
And remember, cabbage and carrots are the mainstays. Apples, those all last for a really long
long time.
Right. So if you buy them this week and you get invited out a lot and you say, oh, I didn't get to use it, it's still going to be good next week.
And give us recommendations if we're storing it in our fridge. Do you have any
Yes, I
proper
do.
way of doing it?
Of course. In the refrigerator, you're going to want to keep it not in the coldest part in
Okay.
any of those, because they do have some water content, so you don't want things to freeze. I keep all of those things in the crisper drawer.
Okay.
If I buy apples in bulk, I'll keep my overflow in the garage, although probably not this week with it going down to 8 and
Right.
below 0 kind of
Depends on
wind
the
chill.
garage, yeah.
Yeah, so if your garage has some insulation, that's going to be plenty cool enough. So keep things cool, keep them moist.
All right, another great way to stay on track if you're trying to make healthier choices in the new year is a Kickstarter, Sherry.
Yes, I'm doing a program. I'm so excited about this. It's this Sunday on our cold weather day, so it's a good day to be inside with me.
Right.
I'm doing a Kickstarter. It's a 3-hour session where I'm teaching people some of the basics of healthy eating. You can learn more about it by giving me a call at 515-249-2992. Shoot me an email at info@fork-road.com, or just let me know that you're interested and I'll get you in. It's this Sunday and next Sunday. It's the same class repeated. You don't have to do it two times.
And you've made such a difference in my life and the way I eat, and I would highly recommend that. You know,
Thank you.
I'm certainly a lot healthier than before I met you. So.
And you're fantastic about getting in touch with if people want recipes, even
Yes.
as basic as this, there's a place they can go.
This is fun, people. I really want people to look forward to it and say, you know what, the way that she made it look so easy, and darn, it is.
So fork-road.com for more details. Check out the Kickstarter happening this Sunday. Sherry, thank you so much, and bringing some delicious things that are getting
Yummy.
us on the right
Yummy.
track of being healthy in the new year.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
We'll be back with more on Great Day on KCWY.